कृष्ण पादान् सवणन्विता श्री विशाखांश मध्यानतिरांगस्य ज्ञानांजनशलाकया चक्षुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नाम श्रेष्ठं ममपि शचिपुत्रमात्र स्वरूपाम् मम तस्याग्रहं पुरीं माधुरीं गोष्ठवाटिम् राधाखण्डं गिरिवरमहो राधिका माधवाश्च प्राप्तो यस्य प्रथितकृपया श्रीगुरुं तं नतोऽस्मि। नमस्ते गुरुदेवाय सर्वसिद्धिप्रदायिने सर्वमङ्गलरूपाय सर्वानन्दविधायिने यं प्राव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। हे श्री गुरो ज्ञाननदीन बंधो स्वानंददाता करुणैक सिंधो वृंदावनासीन हितावतार प्रसीद राधा प्रणय प्रचार त्रायस्वभो जगन्नाथ गुरो संसार वन्दिनः दग्धं मां कारुष्टं च त्वामहं शरणं गतः। राधा सन्मुख संशक्तिं सखी संग निवासिनीं तामहं सततं वन्दे गुरुरूपां परां सखीं। वैराग्ययुग भक्तिरसं प्रयत्नैरपायन् मां नभिप्सुमन्दं कृपां बुधिर्यः परदुःख दुःखी सनातनं त्वं प्रभुमाश्रयामि। वृंदावनावनीपते जय सोम सोममौले सनक सनंदन सनातन नारदेट्य गोपीश्वर ब्रजविलास गांग्री पद्मे प्रेम प्रयच्छ निरुपाधि नमो नमस्ते। चिदानंद भानो सदानंद सूनो परप्रेम पात्री द्रव ब्रह्म गात्री अगानां लवित्री जगक्षेमधात्री पवित्री क्रियान्नो बपुर्मित्र पुत्री गंगादितीर्थ परिसेवित पाद पद्मां गोलोक सौख्य रसपुरं महिं महिम्ना आप्लाविताखिल सुधां सुजलां सुखाब्धौ राधां कुन्दमुदितां यमुनां नमामि। मुदा यत्र ब्रह्मा तृणकरगुल्मादिषु परं सदा काङ्क्षन् जन्मार्गविरुद्धक्रमाभ्यनुदिनं क्रमादे तत्रैव व्रजे वसन्ति प्रियजना मया ते ते वन्द्या परमविनया पुण्यखचितः। First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmade Guru Pad Padma, Nitila Prashta Jagat Guru Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Then I offer my obeisances to lotus feet of Trindi Sannyasi, Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Santa Shri Aniruddhas Prabhuji, and all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are gathered here. Please accept my humble obeisance. So we are discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. As we know that Bhagavad Gita is a very ancient scripture and eternal scripture. And now we are discussing the chapter 4, verse number 22. यदृच्छालाभसन्तुष्टो द्वन्द्वातीतो विमत्सरा समासिद्धावसिद्धौ च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते. Yadruच्छा, out of its own accord, labha, with gain, santushtaha, satisfied, dvandva, duality, atitaha, surpassed, vimatsaraha, free from envy, Samaha, steady, siddhav, in success, asiddhav, failure, cha, also, krutva, doing, api, although, no, never, nibadyate, become affected. He who is satisfied with gain, which comes of its own accord, who is free from duality and does not envy, who is steady both in success and failure, is never entangled, although performing actions. A Krishna conscious person does not make much endeavor even to maintain his body. He is satisfied with gains which are obtained of their own accord. Hmm. He neither begs nor borrows, but he labors honestly as far as in his power, and is satisfied with whatever is obtained by his own honest labor. He is therefore independent in his livelihood. He does not allow anyone's service to hamper his own service in Krishna consciousness. However, for the service of the Lord, he can participate in any kind of action without being disturbed by the duality of the material life, of the material world. The duality of the material world is felt in terms of heat and cold, or misery and happiness. The duality of the material world is felt in terms of heat and cold, or misery and happiness. A Krishna conscious person is above duality because he does not hesitate to act in any way for the satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, he is steady both in success and in failure. These signs are visible when one is fully in transcendental knowledge. So, this is a very, very important instruction here. यदृच्छालाभसन्तुष्टो द्वन्द्वातीतो विमत्सरा समासिद्धवसिद्धौ च कृत्वा हीननिबध्यते. Because in life, sometimes success will come, sometimes failure will come. So we should not contemplate suicide. Oh, I am unsuccessful, so I'll commit suicide. No, not necessary. You simply chant Hare. Whether happiness comes, distress comes, whatever comes, you simply chant Hare Krishna. मार कभी जो इच्छा तो हार नित्य दास प्रति तुवा अधिकार मानस देह गेह जो किछ मोर पर तुवा पदे नंद किशोर यदृच्छालाभ संतुष्टो द्वन्द्वातीतो विमत्सरा समावसिद्धावसिद्धौ च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते. Yadruच्छा, which comes of its own accord. Labha, with gain. Santushta, satisfied. Dvandva, duality, such as heat and cold. Atitaha, tolerates. Vimatsara, free from envy. Samaha, equipoised. Siddhau, in success. Asiddhau, failure. Cha, and. Krutva, acting. Api, although. Na nibadyate, he is not bound. He is satisfied with objects that come of their own accord. It tolerates dualities such as heat and cold, which is free from envy, and who remains equipoised in success and failure, even while performing action, is not bound by it. So, very, very important instructions. We should not become dukkeshu anudignamana, sukheshu vikata spruha, वीतराग भय क्रोध स्थित धीर मुनिरुच्यते. दुखेशु अनुदिग्न मना. Don't become distressed Unhappiness will suddenly come, but don't lament. Uh, Sometimes reversals will also come. Profit, loss, wealth, poverty, all these are dualities. But we are advised, um, don't lament. Uh, don't lament. So he who is satisfied with gain, which comes of its own accord. He who is free from duality and does not envy. Who is steady both in success and failure, is never entangled, although performing action. Prabhupada. यदृच्छालाभ संतुष्टो द्वंद्वातीतो विमत्सरा समासिद्धावसिद्धौ च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते. So Krishna is teaching in this fourth chapter how to yadricha lava. Don't be greedy. So this man is millionaire, so I have to become a millionaire. Competition. That is material disease. Now there is competition in between the capitalist and the communist. For the communist or the laborer class men, they are thinking that why the capitalist should gain, we must gain. The industry is being conducted by us, the profits shall be divided between us. Why to the capitalist? So that is not the solution. That is from frying pan to the fire. Either the world is run on the principle of communistic philosophy or capitalistic philosophy. It will never be happy. Here is the formula that everyone should be satisfied with. The profit that he can easily make. That's all. Yatrucha labha. Not that everyone will have the same profit. In material world, everyone is working. Somebody is getting per hour thousands of rupees and somebody is getting not even morsel of food. But still one has to be satisfied. Because one is getting thousands of rupees per hour, I will have to get also. No. Then you will never be happy. You will be happy what you are gaining. Because everyone is making profit and losing according to past karma. Purva janmarjitam dhanam, purva janmarjitam vidya, agre dhavati. This is the Shastric injunction. So one is trying with a little capital to do some business. And within few years, he becomes very multi-millionaire. And one man is trying to elevate himself to a prosperous condition, but he cannot even get sufficient food. Why? Purva janmarjitam vidya. One boy is passing examination standing first class. Other boy is failing. Everyone is trying. Everyone should try his best, but he should be satisfied with the result, which comes without very much strength. Yatrucha labha. Yatrucha labha santushta. That is lacking in the present civilization. Not only at the present moment, because Krishna was speaking 5,000 years ago, and before that he spoke Bhagavad Gita millions and trillions of years ago to the sun god. That is the way of material civilization or material condition life, competition. The real competition began by being jealous to Krishna. Real competition began. Krishna Vairmukahya Bhogavancha Kare Nikatastha Maya Tare Chapati Dhare. Prema Vivarta. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Krishna says, Bhoktaram Yakya Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Sruhudam Sarvabhutanam Gyatva Mam Shanti Mruchati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all, sacrifices uh, of knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. So our fall down, this I have explained the other day, is there when we wanted to compete with Krishna or become Krishna. The jealous, the jealousy, ichha dvesha samuthena sarge yanti param tapa. Ichha dvesha samuthena dvandva mohena bharata sarvabhutani sammoham sarge yanti param tapa. Ocean of Bharat, O conqueror of the foe, all the living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate. So actually, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate. So, Sarge means this creation, this material creation. We have come to this material creation. We do not belong to this material creation, but we have come here. Just like one does not belong to the prison house, but by his own action he comes to the prison house. He becomes criminal and therefore he is put into the prison house by his own activity. It is not that the government wants somebody to live in the prison house and somebody should live outside prison house free. It is not government's desire. So we act sinfully also, vikarma. Nunam pramattah kurute vikarma. Because we are mad after sense gratification. But in the human form of life, one should be sensible. Therefore, the university education, school, college, institution, they are meant for human society. There is no such thing in the animal society. And religion. Religion also meant for human society. Why? Because this life is not meant for enjoying senses like the animals. Nayam deho deya bhajam nirloke kashtan kaman arhate vidbhujami tapo divyam putrakayena satvam shuddhe tasmat brahma saukhyam tvanandam. King Rishabdev told his sons, my dear boys, all the living entities who accepted material bodies in this world, one who has been awarded this human form, should not work hard day and night simply for sense gratification, which is available even for dogs and hogs that eat stool. One should engage in penance and austerity, attain the divine position of devotional service. By such activity, one's heart is purified. And when one attains this position, he attains eternal blissful life, which is transcendental to the material happiness and which continues forever. I explained several times. This body, they have hajam. Everyone, the animals, they have got also a material body. And we human beings, they are also this material body. Prahlad Maharaj also says, Durlabham manusham janma, Durlabham manusham janma, adruvam arthadam. What is the distinction between the animal body and the human body? Biologically, here is our friend Mr. Ghosh. He knows very well. There is no difference biological between human body and animal body. Medical students in the biological department, they study from the frogs, from genuine pig, from guinea pigs, uh, the human constitution of the body, there is no difference. But what is the difference? Not this bodily construction, but the development of consciousness. That is the difference. So we do not develop. If we don't develop, that is the opportunity. In human life, there is opportunity to develop Krishna consciousness. So here Sai Maharaj is telling, Ahara nidra bhayamaithunam cha samanyame pashubi naranam dharmasya tesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubi samanam. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending, all these things human beings do and animals also doing. But then what is the speciality of the uh, human form of life? Why the human form of life is very, very important? Because we can execute spiritual activities for getting liberation, uh, devotional service of Bhagwan, we can render for the satisfaction of Bhagwan. That animals cannot do. Sometimes animals also do that. Uh, Therefore, Shastra says that Nayam Deho Devajam Nirloke. In human society, the body is not meant for indulgence in sense gratification like the cats and hawks. We must not create a civilization like that of hawks. What is hawk civilization? Hawk civilization means there are no restrictions on eating, even up to consuming stool. Hawks eat up to stool. Likewise, in a human society, when there is no restraint on sexual activities, it, be, it becomes a hawk society. In hawk society, they do not differentiate between mother, sister, or daughter. They have no sense of propriety. This reality can be observed. Therefore, it is specifically said, Nayam deha deha bhajam no loke kashtan kaman arhate vid bhujam ye. The hog works hard to find stool throughout the day and night, always thinking, where is stool? Where is stool? Even at night, you can see them searching for it. Similarly, people engaged in fulfilling their bodily demand also labor hard like hogs, simply to satisfy their tongue and genitals. This is called hog civilization. Rishabdev warns against this mentality. Nayam deho deha bhajam nirloke kashtan kaman arhati vidbhujami. Why? Because eating, sleeping, sex life, and defending are bodily necessities. Kaman, meant to sustain this material body. However, in the spiritual body, there is no need for eating. You'll find many saintly persons who practically do not eat as they no longer possess a material body. So there are many sadhus like that. They don't eat much or they eat very little. This is because they are not on the bodily platform of life. But as long as we are on the bodily platform, then we must eat. But we should not eat, but we should honor prasadam. Like Srila Gurudev said that whatever prasadam we get by Krishna's mercy, uh, we should honor that. Because this will increase our bhakti. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Salpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwaso Naiva Jayate Shaya Vidyajal Jadendriya Taheka Jive Phile Vishnu Sagare तार मध्ये जीवाती ध्रुवमया सुदुर्मती ताकि दिता कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ो दयामय करी बारे जीवा जय सप्रसाद निरोहाय से अन्नामृत पाओ कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमिदा को चैतन्य. So Mahaprasad is the mercy of Krishna to control our senses. In the enchanting realm of Radhakund, Raghunath Das Goswami embarked on a journey of self-renunciation. A scion of great opulence, he could have indulged in the pleasure of his family's vast wealth, but instead he chose a life of austerity and spiritual pursuit. At Radhakund, he subsisted on meager sustenance, occasionally tasting a bit of buttermilk to appease his hunger. His existence transcended the material needs that bind ordinary mortals. Indeed, the path of spiritual life unveils a profound truth. There is no room for the mundane riffles of eating, sleeping, sexual pursuits, or self defense. These are mere material demands that enslave us to the cycle of sense gratification. Regrettably, modern society lauds such indulgence as progress. The more we gratify our senses, the more advanced we are deemed to be. Yet, the true essence of spiritual wisdom lies in being content with minimal necessities, free from the incessant hunger for material pleasures. The key to such contentment lies in yadrucha labha santushta, the satisfaction arising from whatever providence bestows upon us. This, however, remains elusive in materialistic culture where competition and desire endlessly multiply. To tread the path of the yogi, one must be satisfied with maintaining body and soul in harmony, not surrendering to the whims of senses. In the Krishna consciousness movement, this timeless wisdom finds expression through the distribution of Krishna Prasada, unbiased and unconditional. There is no discrimination between the impoverished and the affluent. Every soul is offered the sanctified gift. Yet, it is crucial to clarify that not everyone becomes Narayan simply because the Lord resides in every heart. Such a notion is flawed and demeaning. Narayan the divine transcends this material world. To reduce fellow beings to Narayan solely because the Lord resides within them is an insult and misunderstanding. In the sanctified presence of Radhakund, Raghunath Das Goswami's pursuit of spiritual truth serves as an inspiration for those who seek liberation from the chains of material desire and embrace the path of transcendence. So you'll see that Raghunath Das Goswami, he told us that frugally and chanting, Kothai go prema mai radhe radhe, dekha प्राण राखो राधे राधे তোমার কাঙ্গাল তোমায় ডাকে রাধে 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 গো জয় রাধে 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 go jay radhe radhe. All day, all night he was calling out Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. हे राधे व्रज देवी के चललिते हे नंद सुनो कुता श्री गोवर्धन कल्प पाद पतले कालिंदी वन्ने कुता घोषन्ताविति सर्वतो व्रजपुरे वेदैर्महाविह्वलौ वन्दे रूप सनातनौ रघुजुगौ श्रीजीव गोपालकौ. So they were always chanting the names of Radha Krishna, searching for Radha Krishna. So in the sacred scriptures, it is emphatically stated that attempting to equate Narayan, the Supreme Lord, with any other deity like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, is a grave insult. In truth, Narayan is transcendent to them all. It is said, one who pursues Narayan on the same level as other demigods is undoubtedly a heretic. So this is very, very clear. Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahmarudradidevatai Samatve Naiva Viksheta Sapashandi Bhave Dhruvam. The genuine service, so actually we cannot bring Narayan even to the level of Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva. So if you want to serve poor people, that's all right. That is a good business. You are merciful. That also we are doing when we distribute prasadam for everyone's benefit, but not for the Daridra Narayan or rich Narayan. Everyone, Krishna's prasad. So the genuine service of the poor is indeed a noble endeavor. Distributing Krishna's prasadam, sanctified food to all, irrespective of their material status, is a manifestation of mercy. In Krishna consciousness, those who are spiritually advanced find great satisfaction in partaking even a small portion of Krishna's prasadam. When we distribute prasadam, be it small helping of halwa, everyone relishes it with gratitude, knowing it to be Krishna's offering, and with faith that it will benefit them. So the verse Mahaprasade Govinda indicates that by accepting Mahaprasadam, Krishna's remnants, and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, even those with little piety can develop faith in spiritual matters. Within the precincts of this Krishna Consciousness Center, we aim to foster the establishment of Krishna within the hearts of individuals. Our purpose is not commercial gain, but rather education and guidance on finding contentment by serving Krishna. Whether it is through deity worship, kirtan chanting, or studying Bhagavad Gita at home, the ultimate goal is to perform all actions for Krishna and offer the result to Him. The selfless dedication brings profound satisfaction, transcending the duality of material desires and jealousy. The principle of Yadrucha Labha Santushto Dvandva Tito Vimatsara elucidates that one who is content with whatever comes by divine grace, free from envy and dualities, finds genuine fulfillment in life. So the whole principle is that be satisfied. Whatever is we receive by Krishna's mercy, we should be satisfied. Just like Kolavacha Sridhar, although he was not so rich, but whatever sales proceed he would have from selling his plantain products, banana products, what do you do? He will offer half of the profits to Ganga, worshipping Ganga. Mahaprabhu also used to come and take from him many products, plantain and good and other things, and never used to pay him. But he never used to complain. Sometimes they used to loving quarrel also, but that is out of love. Because he was Krishna's Sakha, I think, Bhangur in Krishna Lila. So therefore, in the realm of Vaishnavas, Matsara, the dark shade of envy, finds no dwelling. Such a soul is bereft of jealousy, a virtue extolled by Sridhar Swami, and amidst the material world, jealousy flourishes even amongst kin, as prosperity of one's own brother might arouse envious thoughts, lamenting one's own pursued inadequacies. This material existence is fraught with jealousy, stemming from the primal desire to usurp what belongs to the Supreme, thinking, why should Krishna alone relish all enjoyment? I too deserve to revel in such pleasures. Thus, jealousy begets jealousy in this material plane. However, the essence of Vimatsara lies in the absence of jealousy, which is an inherent trait of a Krishna devotee. How can one be devoid of jealousy unless infused with Krishna consciousness? For in the material sphere, such envy reigns. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam proclaims Dharma is devoid of all deceit and jealousy, and it reveals the absolute truth. Numerous religious systems are tainted by jealousy, as evidenced by the cruelty inflicted upon innocent animals in the name of faith. However, a heart full of compassion can only blossom within a devotee. Vimatsara, Nirmatsara. This Krishna consciousness movement is not deceptive faith. It embraces all with magnanimity. Titikshava, Karunika, Suruda, Sarvabhutanam. Every soul is to be friend and cherish one another. Therefore, the endeavor to spread Krishna consciousness across the globe, driven by Vimatsara. For if a Krishna conscious individual like such lacks such empathy, why would they undertake the toil of preaching the wisdom universally. Krishna consciousness signifies God consciousness, for it is the remedy to the suffering inflicted by the absence of divine awareness. The anguish in the world emanates from this lack of God consciousness, a root cause of distress. In the radiant light of Vimatsara, Krishna consciousness offers solace and bliss, beckoning all to partake in its divine allure. कृष्ण बहिर्मुख हैया भोगवांछा करे निकटस्थ माया तारे झापटिया धरे. So basically, when we forget Krishna, when we forget Krishna, we don't want to render service to Krishna, then what Maya will do? She will catch us by our hair. And just like someone is haunted by a ghost, then what will happen? That person will simply be mad. So like that, this Maya is like ghost. And therefore, we should be uh, very careful. We should not forget Krishna. स्मर्तव्या सततम विष्णुर न विस्मर्तव्यो जातुचित सर्वविधि निषेधयोर एतस्योर किंकरा. That always remember Krishna and never forget him. This is the principle. Forgetfulness of Krishna brings untold miseries, and we should not be envious of Krishna. Because Krishna भूली सही जीवन आदि बहिर्मुख तैव माया तारिदे samsara dukha. So this is the formula. As soon as we forget Krishna, immediately there is Maya. Just like the sunshine and in the shade, they are existing side by side. If you don't remain in sunshine, then you come to the shade, darkness. If you don't remain in the darkness, you come to the sunshine. Similarly, if we don't accept Krishna, then we have to accept Maya consciousness. And if we don't accept Maya consciousness, then we have to accept Krishna consciousness, side by side. So Krishna consciousness means not to remain in the dark consciousness. Tamasam, tamasema, jyotirgamaya, that is the Vedic instruction. Don't remain in the darkness. And what is that darkness? The darkness is bodily concept of life. Yasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke swari kalatradisu bhaumajjadi yattirtha buddhi salilena karichit janesha vidneshu seva gokhara. One who identifies his self as the inner body, composed of mucus, bile and air, he assumes his wife and family are permanently his own, and who thinks an earthen image or the land or, uh, or the land of his birth is worshipable, or who sees place of pilgrimage as merely the water there, uh, but who never identifies himself with, feels kinship with, or worships even visits those who are wise in spiritual truth, such a person is no better than a cow or an ass. So we should uh, not be attached to this body or the country we are born in, but we should be attached to sadhus. So therefore, a person who sees himself merely as a physical body, considers his family and possessions as permanent, and worships lifeless objects or his place of birth and ignores the wise in spiritual truth is akin to a cow or an ass. So, this is what Bhagavatam says. We should be interested in spiritual consciousness, not material consciousness. Understand? So, Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, they tell us the same thing. Verily, who perceives himself as a lifeless form, mere mucus, bile, and air, holds his family and possessions as eternal possessions, venerates lifeless uh, uh, idols and his birthplace with adoration and regards pilgrimage spots as a mere water, yet shuns spiritual wisdom and its bearers. he is not but akin to a cow or an ass. So actually, we should worship the deities of Krishna, which are installed by great Mahabhagavats. Understand? We are not idolaters. We are deity worshippers. There is a difference between idol and deity. And holy places. Why we visit the holy places? If you are going to Haridwar, is it only just water? Any water? No. Ganga is so special. But even more powerful than Ganga are the sadhus. Gangar parashahile pashate pavana darshane pavitra karo eto maraguna. That one will be purified after taking bath in Ganga. But simply by seeing a sadhu, hearing his Harikatha, one is purified. So long as you are in this bodily concept of life, I am this body, I am Indian, I am American, I am Brahman, I am Kshatriya, I am black, I am white, I am fatty, I am thin. These are all bodily concept of life. So long one is in the bodily concept of life, he is Saheva Gokara. Go means cows and Khara means ass. So unless we come out of this concept, bodily concept of life, that is Vedic instruction. To come to the transcendental platform, Aham Brahmasmi. I am not this body, I am spirit soul. This is called Brahma Bhutaha situation. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. When one is actually situated, that is called Jnana. Actually, this is ignorance. So long in this bodily concept of life, Guru Kshetra Sutapta Vittair Janasya Mohoyam. This is Jnana. So, this is Moha, illusion. Ato Guru Kshetra Sutapa Vittair Janasya Mohoyam Aham Mameti. This is actually Aham Mameti. So we have to give up this consciousness. Pumsa striya mitun bhavametan tayormitordaya granthi mahu ato gruha kshetra suta savittai ato gruha kshetra sutapta vittair janasya moho ayam mameti. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of this misconception, which ties together the hearts of the male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusions and thinks in terms of I and mine. So basically, we have to come out of this conception. Don't be, nothing belongs to me. I came naked, I will go naked. Only bhakti will come with me. So that's why Kulashekar Alvar told. Krishnattvadiya padapankaj panjarantam addevave vishatu manasa rajahansa prana prayana samaye kapavata pittai kantha varodhana vidau smaranam kutasya. Oh Lord, let me meditate on your lotus feet right now. Because at the time of death, I don't know whether I'll be able to meditate on your lotus feet. Because cough, bile, mucus, everything will be choking my throat and mouth, nose, and everything. So I'll not be able to utter the name Krishna. Let me utter it right now. So the fundamental principle of material existence is the attraction between male and female. This delusion binds hearts together, leading one to become attached to the body, home, possessions, children, relatives, and wealth. And thus illusions multiply and the false concept of I and mind take hold. So this is the problem. So unless one is freed from the bodily concept of life, he cannot be satisfied anything that is easily achieved, easily gained. That is called yadruchha labha santushtaha. Because he knows that I don't require anything, but because I have got this body, I cannot neglect it also. So let me something, let me earn something. Whatever God gives him, God has given everyone. Nobody is starving. Nobody can starve. Especially those who are in Krishna consciousness. They cannot starve. There is no question of starving, either by Krishna conscious or not Krishna conscious. But he is getting his food. He is eating at one time one mound. Krishna is supplying. Eko yo bahunam vidadati kama. So there is no such question. God is supplying food to everyone, to the birds, beasts, ants, insects, aquatics. There is no such question that I have to feed them. If you have to feed them, just try to give them Krishna Prasad. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanir asyopajayate. So, Prabhupada is telling that no one is starving. Even elephant, they are getting the food. The whales, they are getting food. Camels, they are getting food. God has arranged food for everyone. Unless there is a bad policy by politicians, no one should really starve. So, devotees especially, Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Ananyashintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityayuktanam yogakshemam baham. I maintain what you have and provide what you lack. If you surrender to me. So unless one transcends the bodily concept of life, true satisfaction remains elusive. Easily gained things can't bring lasting fulfillment. This is known as yatruchha labha santushta. Though we don't need anything, due to the body's needs, we seek sustenance. Yet God provides for all. No one starves, especially those devoted to Krishna. He supplies food to all creatures, big and small. No need to worry about feeding them. Just offer Krishna Prasadam, a policy for elevating all distress. If you give Prasadam, all the distress of the people. So the person becomes Krishna conscious that I am part and parcel of Krishna. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamaimangsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana manashashthani prakritisthani karshati. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. We are actually part and parcels of Krishna, and Krishna is providing food for everyone. Avashya Rakshive Krishna Vishwasa Palana. This is Sharanagati. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Gori Saparshada Sriya Dhama Sahavatari. So Mahaprabhu came to this world. Avashya Rakshive Krishna Vishwasa Palana Bhakti Anukula Matra Karyena Svikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Varjanangikara. It means Anukulyasya Sankalpa Pratikulyasya Vivarjanam Rakshishyati Vishvaso Goptrutve Varanam Tatha Atmanikshepa Karpanyo Shadvidha Sharanagati. That Krishna will certainly protect me. This faith is called Sharanagati. So just like in our society, that is practical, we have got about 100 branches. And each branch we have got not less than 25 men, up to 20, up to 250. But we have no problem. I mean to say provision store. Every day we depend on Krishna. If food comes, this is called uh, mercy. The food must be dropped from the sky. This is called Akashpati. And Krishna will send. If Krishna sends, then we eat. If you'll be, but you'll be surprised that we have to spend not less than $80,000 per month. But Krishna is supplying. Ekoya bahunam vidadati kama. Why Krishna will not supply? If Krishna is supplying to the elephant in the forest, and those who have dedicated their life to Krishna, they will not be supplied with the necessities. Why not? Vishwasa Palana. That is called faith. So here, Swami Maharaj is making the point that when one becomes Krishna conscious, they realize I am part and parcel of Krishna. As mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Mamai Maungsha Jiva Loke Jiva Punatva Sanahata. Krishna being the provider ensures food for all. Our society with numerous branches and members depends on Krishna daily. We have no provision store relying on uh, food that drop from the sky, sent by Krishna. Surprisingly, though we spend $80,000 monthly, Krishna supplies abundantly. Just like elephants in the forest, those dedicated to Krishna will never lack. Have faith. Be content with whatever Krishna bestows, whether luchi, puri, or shukha chapati. This is yadrucha labha santushta. Not that you will get cake every day, maybe some dry bread, but be satisfied. Hmm. The contentment in accepting Krishna's gifts wholeheartedly. So whatever you get, prasadam, accept it as mercy of Krishna and honor it. Serve the prasadam. Vishwasa palam. This is called faith. One should know if Krishna is supplying food to the elephant in the jungle and to the ants in the holes of my room, what we have done that he will not supply food. This is common sense. That is called yadrucha labha santushta. But he must be satisfied. Whatever Krishna gives. If Krishna gives luchi puri, that is also all right. And if he gives shushka chapati, dry chapati, that is also all right. Yadrucha labha santushta. Because we are depending on Krishna. Whatever Krishna gives, we should be satisfied. We should never be dissatisfied. Oh, Krishna, today is giving only shushka chana, uh, dry chickpeas. No, kabu chana, kabu mana. Whatever Krishna gives, that is devotee. Yadrucha labha santushta. Dvandvatita vimatsara. Not envious. We should not be envious of anyone. Because Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita also, idam tu te yatamam pravaksham suyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yatva mokshase. Idam pravakshami anusuyave. Because uh, Arjun is actually anusuyava. He is free from, he is completely free from envy. And therefore, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is providing everything. So, so we should not be attached, but we should be completely vimatsara. Vimatsara means free from envy. Why I shall be envious? If somebody is eating very nicely and I am not eating, why shall I be envious? We should be satisfied. Krishna has given him, just like in the hospital. One patient is eating very nutritious food, and another patient, the physician has ordered, he should not take anything. So why he should be envious? He should know that physician has prescribed like this, that I shall not take anything. And he has prescribed to the other patient, next bed, nutritious food. So it is the physician's desire for treatment. Similarly, we should not be disturbed by all these things. That he is eating more, he is enjoying more, nobody is enjoying, nobody is enjoying more. Whatever Krishna has given, he is enjoying. That is called Yadrucha Labha Santushta Dandvatita. Dandvatita and Vimatsara. He is not envious. Why he should be envious? Just like at the present moment, practically a poor man is envious of a rich man because there is no Krishna consciousness. And a so-called rich man is eating himself sumptuously, but he does not take care of the poor man. That is envious. Let him die. No, the rich man should distribute prasadam through Krishna consciousness to the poor man, and the poor man should not be envious of the rich man. Then there will be happiness and prosperity. Not that to form the political party and to become envious. That is Vimat Saraha. So here Sai Maharaj is telling that transcending duality. Why should I be envious? If someone is enjoying abundance while I have less, there is no reason for envy. We should be content with what Krishna has given. It is like patients in a hospital, where one is prescribed nutritious food, another is advised to abstain from eating. No cause for envy. It's the physician's treatment plan. We should not be disturbed by others' fortune, thinking they have more and I have less. Nobody truly has more. Everyone enjoys what Krishna provides. This is called Yatrucha Labha Santushto Dandva Tita Vimatsara. Dandvadita means being beyond duality, and Vimatsara means being non-envious. In the current political scenario, poverty breeds through the envy towards the wealthy due to the lack of Krishna consciousness. The rich might enjoy luxuriously but not care for the poor, which is envious behavior. Let them suffer. Instead, the wealthy should distribute prasadam through Krishna consciousness, and the poor should not be envious of the rich. This way, happiness and prosperity will prevail, not through political enmity, but by embracing a spirit of vimatsara, non enviousness. So, we should not be envious. Sama siddhava siddha. So, you'll see here that Bhagavad Gita is solution to all the problems. That's why it was highly respected even by Gandhiji. And great persons, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, he also wrote a commentary on it. So it really was very attractive for even big political leaders of the society. Rich, poor, everyone reads Bhagavad Gita. And it gives great, especially if you read Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj commentary, you feel great happiness. Samasiddhava siddhaucha. If you are working for Krishna, it is Krishna's desire. If you be successful or not successful, here it is the word used is asiddha. That means don't think that because you are Krishna conscious, you will be always successful. No, it doesn't matter. Even if you are unsuccessful, you must know it firmly that without Krishna's desire, nothing can happen. If you are unsuccessful, then you should think that that is also Krishna consciousness. You should know also that it is Krishna's desire. It is Krishna's desire. So there is no question of being depressed because you are unsuccessful. A devotee is never depressed in the horrible condition of life. Tatte nukampam susamikshamano punjana evatmakrutam vipakam Rudvag bapubhir vidadan namaste jive tayo muktispade sadaiva. My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful the obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. So you see that Lord Brahma has made this prayer. Tattenu kampa. Whatever happens to us is mercy of the Lord. Lord is all merciful. So if he chastises us or glorifies us, pampers us or beats up, it's all mercy. So my beloved, those who patiently await your call, humbly enduring the consequences of their past actions, and you respect, offer your heartfelt reverence through their thoughts, words, and actions, are undoubtedly qualified for liberation. Hmm. Liberation becomes their rightful claim, for they have sincerely and devotedly sought your divine grace. So this is very, very important that we should accept that this is also the mercy of the Lord. Just like Prahlad Maharaj, he was always being put into trouble by his father, but he was never envious of his father. When he was requested by Narsingadev to take benediction, he refused anything for himself, but he begged to the Lord for his father. My dear Lord, my father has become envious to you. So I request you should excuse him. Just see. This is Vimatsara. Surudam Sarvabhutana. Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Surudam Sarvabhutanam Gyatma Mam Shanti Mrichati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate sacrifices, beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from pangs of material existence. So basically, we have to see who is at the center. Krishna is at the center. We have to keep Krishna at the center. Then there will be peace in the society. If I think I am at the center or you are at the center, there will be problem. So therefore, a person who is fully aware of my existence and understands that I am the ultimate recipient of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, the well-wisher and benefactor of all living beings, finds solace from the sufferings of material existence. Hmm. You want happiness, then you have to keep Krishna in the center. He was not against his father. So Prahlad was not against his father. Similarly, a Vaishnava, a Krishna conscious person, he is Nirmatsara. And this Krishna consciousness movement is Paramo Nirmatsaranam. Paramo Nirmatsaranam means Dharma Projita Kaitavatra Paramo Nirmatsaranam Satam. Vedyam Vastavamatra Vastu Shivadam Tapatrayon Milanam. Shrimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute Kimba Parer Ishvara. Sadyorudya Varudyate Atra Krutibhi Susruvitat Kshanat. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavad Puran propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by the culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within the heart. Hmm. So you see that, especially how fortunate we are discussing Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam in this Purushottam Mass. So Shripad Dandi Maharaj is holding classes in the evening also, and we are also discussing this whole month everywhere in Vrindavan Dham. People are having Bhagavad Katha. Achyut Lal Bhatt and so many great speakers they are speaking. So therefore, it is very very nice to discuss Shastra. It is meant for the Paramo Nirmatsara, Paramahamsa, those who are not envious. Surudam Sarva Bhutanam. They are a friend of everyone, not this particular class, but everyone. Surudam Sarva Bhutanam Samah Siddhava Siddhaucha Krutpa Pina Nibadyate. Because the law of karma is so accurate that every action is being recorded. But if you live like this, means you live in Krishna consciousness, Nirmatsara, Siddhava Asiddhau Samaha. That can be possible only when you live in Krishna consciousness. Then all our actions will not be binding upon us. Otherwise, any little thing we do, yajnarthat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma vandana. Tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Work done as sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, a son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in this way, you will always remain free from bondage. So, here Krishna is telling us the plan. We shall be entangled, and that is material life. If we become entangled more and more, then the process of changing body, tatha dehantara praptir dhirastatra namuyati. देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिर धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. So it will go on. न साधु मन्ये यद आत्मनोयम असन्नपि क्लेशद आसदेहा नूनं प्रमत्ता कुरुते विकर्म यदिन्द्रिय प्रीतया प्रणोति न साधु मन्ये यत् आत्मनोऽयम् असन्नपि क्लेशद आसदेहा. When a person considers sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living and engages in all kinds of sinful activity. He does not know that due to his past misdeeds, he has already received a body which, although temporary, is the cause of his misery. Actually, the living entity should not have taken on a material body, but he has been awarded the material body for sense gratification. Therefore, I think it is not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activities of sense gratification, by which he perpetually gets material bodies one after another. So this actually, um, we got this material body. This is also reaction to our past action. So now we should aspire for spiritual body. Siddhati. So when one seeks sense gratification as life's purpose, they become entangled in materialistic living and commit sinful acts unknowingly. Unaware that their temporary body is the result of past misdeeds and a source of misery, they should not have taken a material body in the first place. It is not wise for an intelligent person to indulge in sense gratification, which leads to repeated cycles of material existence. So we should be very, very careful, not engage in materialistic activities now. Although this body is temporary, it is full of miseries that we do not understand. We are thinking that we are happy. Where is your happiness? Therefore, Krishna says that even though you think that by material advancement you have become very happy, you should always keep in your front Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. So here Krishna is telling, we should always remember these things. अमानित्वम अदम्बित्वम अहिंसा क्षांतिरार्जवम आचार्योपासनम शौचम स्थैर्यम आत्म विनिग्रह इंद्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम अहंकार एव च जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि दुख दोषानुदर्शनम असक्तिर अनश्वंगा पुत्रदार गृहादिषु नित्यं च समचित्तत्वाम् इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु मयि चानन्य योगेन भक्तिर्विचारिणी विविक्तदेश सेवित्वा अमरति जय संसदि अध्यात्म ज्ञान नित्यत्वं तत्व ज्ञानार्थदर्शनम् एतज्ज्ञानमिति प्रोक्तम् अज्ञानं यदतो अन्यथा. So humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil and the perception of the evil of birth, death, and old age and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home, and the rest, even-mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self realization, and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All these I declare to be knowledge, and beside this, whatever there may be in ignorance. So here, then you have to die. So when so where is your happiness? If you can make such arrangement that you will not die, whatever you have created, you will enjoy, then it can be said as happiness. But that is not possible. You have to die. Therefore, Krishna gives more prominence to the four kinds of miseries. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshana. So people should be satisfied in any condition of life given by Krishna. And he should endeavor for developing his Krishna consciousness. Athato Brahma Jigyasa is the first aphorism of Vedanta Sutra. This is the real aim of life. Not to make competition to get more comfortable life than your neighbor or father or brother or like that. That is not our business. That is the business of the cats and dogs. Kashtan kaman arhate vidhujame tapo tapo divya putrakaina satnam shuddhe tasmat brahma saukyam tanandam. So this human life is for tapasya. This is tapasya. All right. Krishna has given me this position. That's all right. I will be satisfied. This is called tapasya. Why should I make competition? Simply by doing competition, I am going to be successful. That is the instruction of all the Shastras. तस्यैव हेतो प्रेतयेत कोविदो न लभ्यते यद् भ्रमता उपर्यधा तल्लभ्यते दुःखवद् अन्यथा सुखम कालेन सर्वत्र गवीररमहसा. Do not think that if you try to become happy, you will be happy. No, the Shastra says that you get miserable condition of life without hankering after this. Nobody hankers after that, all miseries may come upon him. but it comes. Similarly, all kinds of happiness that you are destined to enjoy, that will also come. So you don't waste your time for material happiness. You simply save your time for development of Krishna consciousness. Then you will be happy. Then you will be free. That is the instruction of Krishna. हाँ? तस्यैव हेतो प्रयतेत कोविदो न लभ्यते यद् भ्रमता उपर्यदा तल्लभ्यते दुःखवदन्यता सुखम कालेन सर्वत्र रोगवीररमसाम्. Persons who are actually intelligent and philosophically inclined should endeavor only for that purposeful end, which is not obtainable even by wandering from the topmost planet Brahmalok down to the lowest planet Patal. As far as happiness derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, it can be obtained automatically in course of time, just as in course of time we obtain miseries even though we do not desire them. So no one wanted misery, but still miseries came. So even if it, whether you want happiness or you don't want happiness, happiness will also come, and sometimes distress will come as per your karma. Hmm. So therefore, we should not worry, not hanker for any happiness. Happiness will come and distress will also come, but be in equanimity. So therefore, this is the message today. In quest of wisdom, minds profound, philosophers with thoughts unbound, seek purpose in life's vast expanse, beyond celestial realms they dance. From Brahma's abode to depths below, they wander far, their hearts aglow. Yet find no end, no sacred goal, beyond the mind, the body, the soul. For sense delights, a fleeting bliss, arrive in time but never miss. As miseries too, they come unasked. In life's intricate dance, they are masked. So wise ones choose a higher aim, a purpose pure, untouched by fame, to know the truth, the boundless way, beyond life's night, the break of day. In wisdom's light, they forge ahead, no more by senses blindly led. Transcending cycles of rebirth, they find the truth, the soul's true worth. Thus, let us seek the purpose grand that lies beyond this mortal land. In knowledge embrace we find the treasure of a timeless mind. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो च परितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. Dandavad pranams. So we'll skip today Bhagavatam class because late now. So Hare Krishna. Jai. So next time we'll have the next verse actually, and we'll discuss that one.